What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mind of Mateo. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. I love y'all. I hope you guys are doing great. Let's go ahead and talk about what is going on in my life right now and how it leads into the topic that I want to talk about. I usually have some kind of notes that I write beforehand. With this one, I'm kind of just going off the cuff a little bit and seeing how it goes. So if my mind seems a little scattered, that's probably why. But, my son is about a month old right now, and it's been an interesting time. I know on Mind of Mateo, I usually talk about a lot of, I don't know if it's business or, self-help kind of stuff, things that you can use to improve yourself. And usually has a business kind of connotation or something that you can use in a professional space. But today I wanted to talk about something a bit more personal, something that I hope by sharing you'll be able to gain something from it. Maybe it'll be able to help you a little bit in your relationship. But with my son being born, if you never had a kid, let me tell you, it is. let's just say that it is something different. It is huge. It's beautiful, but it definitely requires a lot from you. And if you have a wife that is like my wife, who is amazing, that's nursing, breastfeeding, whatever it may be, it's super, super demanding from them, especially in the first few months, because if you don't know, the baby wakes up every 2 to 3 hours. And when he cluster feeds, which means he feeds earlier than that, it's every hour, hour and a half, sometimes more than then. The baby also, they poop, they pee, which means they got to get changed between those times. There have been many times, 2 or 3 in the morning, I've gone to change my son, and I get the diaper off. I get the new diaper on. His butt is clean as a whistle. I mean, the thing is spotless. He's all ready to go and go back into the crib, go back to bed. And as soon as the diaper straps hit his little baby hips, he poops again. And you got to change the diaper again. And on rare occasions, he poops 3 times and you waste 3 diapers in one change. And it's very frustrating. All that to say, it requires a lot. And that requirement can strain and put strain and pressure on a marriage. And so what do I want to talk about today that hopefully by sharing will help you? You got to stop trying to be a winner in your relationship. What do you mean, Mateo? What do you mean you got to stop trying to be a winner? It's exactly as it sounds. This is going to be a very simple episode. It's something that I wish I learned a lot sooner, but it's something that I try my hardest. And I say try my hardest because it's very tough, especially when you're sleep deprived, especially when you've got a lot going on. You're trying to build a business. You're looking at different investments. You're making changes in your life. You're pushing forward. You're making things different, right? You're improving yourself. It's very tough to keep this in mind in the day-to-day because things are moving so fast. But you got to stop trying to be a winner in your relationship. And this can work if you're, with your parents. This could work with your siblings. This can work with your significant other, your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife. It can really work with any kind of interpersonal relationship. I just know about it, and I'll tell you how it's helped me. It's helped with my relationship with my dad. It's helped with my relationship with my brother. It's helped with friends. It's helped with my wife, most of all. But look, let me tell you something. I don't know anyone that wants to be married to a loser. I just don't know anyone who wants to be married to a loser. And if you try to become a winner, there will always be a loser. Let that sink in for a second. So let's say, me and my wife, we've been taking care of my son Sammy all day, and, we got like a few hours of sleep. It's tough. We're waking up every few hours. Things are stressful. Let's say, client drops a contract, or, we didn't get that big sale or contract that we were looking for, or something else happens, something breaks around the house, or it may just be something as silly as you left something around the house that you shouldn't have left, right? And and now people are upset. Your wife's upset, or maybe, you're upset, or whatever it might be, right? Let's say that happens. You get into a little bit of an argument, right? And you're going back and forth. You're going back and forth. And this is the thing you got to keep in mind. When that occurs, you have two options. You argue to win, or you take a second and calm things down, right? But you get to choose. And if you choose the former, you choose to be the winner. Let's say you do win. You've just made your wife or your husband a loser. And once again, I ask, who wants to be married to a loser? Nobody. So why are you trying to win in conversations and arguments with the person that you love and that you're married to and you've decided to spend the rest of your life with? Think about that for a second. I don't know if you've thought about that before. Maybe it's just me. It could very well be. But when that hit me, and I didn't come up with that. I remember hearing it from somebody else. I can't remember exactly who I heard it from, but I'm not going to take credit for that. But when it hit me, when I heard that, and I started looking back on my relationship, I said, man, I've spent so much time when there's an argument trying to come out on top, trying to win the argument, win the intellectual battle, win the day in that moment, win that fight. And what ends up happening is you end up making the other person the loser, or even vice versa. There's some times when my wife has got me. She's got me checkmate. Maybe she's got my number. She called me out on something, and it ends up being the case. If she doesn't show mercy, she doesn't back off, and she wants to win, that's going to make me feel less than. It's going to make me feel worse. It's going to make me feel like what? Like a loser, right? And so you got to just be very careful. There's ways to handle it without alienating the other person, without really putting that person in a. You want to always put the people in a place to succeed. You want to give them an area to grow together. And that's the whole thing. It all comes down to patience. It all comes down to knowing that even if you argue, you're in this together. It's not you versus me or me versus you. Neither of us are trying to win. We're not trying to win the arguments. We're trying to win in this relationship together. Okay? And so hopefully that has helped you. I know it's very simple. I know there's no steps. I'm not giving you any bullet points or anything like that. But what I hope the concept of not trying to be a winner, when it comes to your significant other, your husband, your wife, you're not trying to win versus them or against them in any kind of arguments or anything like that. I hope that helps you in some way. If it has, please let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram at the Mateo Medina, Twitter at Mateo Medina. You can hit me up at any time, and I'd love to talk about it, and let me know what you think. I love y'all. Have a good one. And until the next time, I'll talk to you guys later.